Hey there, everyone. Welcome into Star Wars Galaxy Heroes Day by Day. Today is the 17th of September. And it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. So I'm doing the video for yesterday that I normally do about 9 or 10 o'clock at about 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon. So that might give you some indication of how my morning went. If you don't, just know this. My kids had a 2-hour fog delay. So I had to take them to their grandparents, and then I had to take the baby to see his mom, which he's not seen in about a month, actually, because complications and stuff and sicknesses and whatever. But yeah. And then I had to go up to my chiropractor appointment. So I stopped and got breakfast. The legendary chicken. You can get chicken or sausage, but it's protein, tots, eggs, which is more protein, and then cheese. And then they give you this jalapeno salsa. And it's a Chick-fil-A. And if you've not had it, it is better than you think. And something that you could make at home if you wanted to, if you had the time. Scrambled eggs, tater tots, chicken nugget-ish things, and cheese. And then jalapeno salsa, basically. And I like it a lot. And then I went to my chiropractor appointment. Then I came back, then I had to get gas, hustled back, picked up the kids, took them to school, and then went and picked up the baby. Then I came home for like 30 minutes, gave the baby some food. And then we went back to the grocery store, got his WIC stuff, got some stuff for dinner tonight, and then didn't get home until afternoon. And then I put him right in bed. And then I started doing this, and it's taking me this long to get here. So there you go. A lot of stuff happening. We are still making our way towards Leia. But, of course, with the news of yesterday, we might have to make some amendments to what we're doing after we get Leia. So we're still locked on Leia, but we need to consider that Executor is pretty much crap now. So what does that mean? We got to look at these guys. And as you can see, I'm in pretty good shape with all of them except for Radis. So we'll go ahead and add him to the favorite list, and then we got to take a look at everybody else that we need rec-wise. So that means we got to go into the Rebels here and look at Mon Mothma. I did not farm Mon Mothma. I have not farmed Mon Mothma, so that means we got two. I did want to do GKCK at some point, but I'm just like, I think we don't really have a choice. And then we've got to grab Hera, because she needs to come up to relic levels. And so we got Mon, and then there's not a lot of people you have to relic. I mean, there kind of is, but so we'll have to do a lot of relicking work after this, because I didn't buy the Lightspeed bundle. This will, if they bring back the Lightspeed bundle, I think this will help them move a lot of Lightspeed bundles. I expect that to come in November, which, it's like, do we want to wait in November, or do we want to be proactive and go after this? Go after this person we know is going to be needed. So, and the thing is, now we need Brody, who hadn't farmed before, and Pow, who had barely farmed before, because there's going to be the pilots for the new unit. So there's that. So that's something to keep in mind. So that's really something to keep in mind. It's something that we have to consider. How much we have to consider it, I don't know. I don't know. And because when this fleet comes out, our fleet, our thing is going to be, we're going to be sitting ducks. Let's put it that way. So I'm not. So this has got me more than a little stressed because we're going to be, I don't even have the Pun One fully operational, if you remember. And if you don't, we'll show you that here in a second. But we got to get cracking on getting stuff for. We're still looking for this mod stuff. So we're getting Kairos, which is of course going to help these home one people out a lot. We need to grab, and we can grab Kairos from here. So there's some Kairos right there, and we get 2 Zetas, of course, for the Shadows and Secrets thing, as well as two Omegas, as long as stuff we already have for ships and stuff we already have, which will just be whatever it is. And we're not. I mean, they kind of. I wasn't ready for this. Of course, they slipped it in on us, and I think we're all pretty much. What's happening? What's going on? What do you mean? What do you mean? I, and it's like this ship is going to be up, and it's going to be putting my home one. It's going to be putting my executor in the graveyard in a hurry. As soon as the ship comes online, as soon as it has a lot of people have access to it, it's going to be putting my. We're gonna fall. We're gonna fall a lot because of people that were maybe on the meandering their way to profundity. It's going to just stop. People are just going to go through the roof at getting profundity. This out of all of my accounts that I have played on. So my original account, we bought the Lightspeed bundle. On the Hyperdrive, on the Hyperlight account, we bought the Lightspeed bundle. On this one, no Lightspeed bundle. So I'm sure they'll come out with a pack that has everybody at Relic 7. I'm sure it'll be $40, and I'm sure a lot of people will buy it because you're just going to have to take Cassian up one relic level. You have to take Radis up 2 relic levels from there, and then you'll have to come back and they'll probably do something with Hera again, and I'm sure a lot of people will buy that because unless they bought the thing with Hera at 5 when it was out a couple months ago, which I don't know if they did. And I'm sure they'll rerun the whole thing with what's his face. But we got to get Powell, so we're not grabbing the ship because we need Powell. So Powell's a little bit more valuable to us right now today. So we're just gonna not get who we would normally get. We're gonna stick away from it. We're gonna get other stuff to help us out on our journey. We're gonna, it's just a really hard thing. So fortunately, we have Cassian already in here. But there's Chief Nubbets in here. We need this because we got to keep working on the fleets, of course. The fleets that we do have. But fortunately, we only need. Oh, there's Brody Rook. So we got to grab Brody because we need Brody now. So that's a thing. I was like, oh, Brody's been in this slot forever. He's been in the game for a decade, and he's just now getting his own. He's just now getting a ship, and he's just now, giving people a reason to relic him, of course. And that's where I know I am. I'm like, hey, I need home one stat, and this is something that I was not even contemplating, but it's something that obviously I have to react to because it's reality. It's reality that hey, we got to get going because hey, executors' time is over. And I've been seeing this on my other videos. I think we're gonna, they could come back next year and start giving lifters to whoever next year, and just keep doing lifters in perpetuity. But I mean, we need profundity. We need profundity. We need the Rogue One. We need to have crystal income, because all the people that out there have profundity are just about to sprint past us with this. For the last year and a half, for the last year at least, we've been able to just dominate profundity, and now, at least for the next year, and probably more for a longer term, unless they come out with that, because they're, what are the odds that we're going to get a new executor lifter next month, next year? I don't think high. So they're either going to have to lift one of the other fleets, which they just can't. They came out, a little bit ago with the comeuppance for the Raddus that made it a little bit better. They came out a little bit ago with the Marauder, which lifted Negotiator and Endurance. And then before that, they had come out with the TIE Echelon and the TIE Defender for the Finalizer and the Chimera, respectfully. So I don't know. It's either we're going to start we're either going to start recycling stuff and doing another lifter for Chimera. But it's like they're just in a place where they're just telling us, hey, if you don't have the Leviathan, because they're actively, and this was something laughable, that they're actively still monitoring the Leviathan. If that doesn't make you cringe, the fact that they're still monitoring how the Leviathan is performing, that should just tell you, because they're desperate for people to want that thing. Because they're not giving access. They're not giving anything to anybody else that has any kind of ship. And it's sad. And I don't, and that's one of the reasons why I'm just not willing to, go for it. It's just because they don't seem to care about anybody else having any other ship. They're like, hey, Leviathan, they keep making changes to make the Leviathan stick. And it's like, what if I don't care about the Leviathan? Because I don't. I do not care about the Leviathan. I want the Leviathan out of my hair, but it's because it's a piece of garbage and I don't want to see it on my screen. Because if you have to keep making changes to make it better, what does that mean? It means it's garbage to begin with. It's garbage. And it's like, if you want people to adapt, quit making it better. If it's not better, if it's not good enough to begin with, why should I care? Why should I want it now? If it's not good as is, why should I want it? And to me, that just speaks volumes of how I mean, because you have to go from Malgus, and so what I expect to happen is, I don't know that they've done it yet, or maybe they did and I just ignored it. But expect the Malgus Lightspeed Bundle to come back. And that's why that's why I want to that's why we need Leia, so I can go and do proving grounds. By the way, I keep what is the team for Leia outside of GAC? What's the go-to team for it? I keep putting this out here. I keep asking. I keep getting crickets. It's my fault for putting it at the 14.5-minute question mark in this video, but apologies, because but yeah, it's a deal. So yeah. Anyway, It's been 15 minutes. Thanks for being here. It's been way too long. Appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Love you guys. It means a lot that you're here. If you have any questions, let me know. Like, subscribe to the video if you would. Keep watching. God bless. Hold the line, and remember that I have friends everywhere.